So we made it to the ruins, Mayan ruins near the beach in Playa del Carmen. Personally, I had to like sneak into like a huge hotel complex, resort type thing to enter here. I think it's a little fucked up that any of this stuff is privatized at all. Like, I don't think historic indigenous land should ever be owned by a private company for profits. It's pretty ridiculous. Like, I don't know, just gotta pay like more respect towards history and like our fucking humanity as a whole. Should not be locked up in a resort. It's kind of weird. I've experienced this a couple times in Mexico. I don't know. A lot of like weird hyper-capitalistic things out here. I don't know. Just shows that the country's like a little bit politically corrupt. But that's okay. We're out here jumping around some rocks on an ancient Mayan civilization. You know, I'm not too sure if I'm even like allowed to stand up here. But fuck it. Some rocks and shit. Woo! Sweating up a storm already. I have to take off my shirt and go to the beach. It's so lethal out here. The weather. I just like fucking drench my clothes in sweat within 2 hours of being outside every time. Constantly in dirty clothes. That's pretty wild. I don't know. But, you know. Drinking my white monster right now to wake myself up. I woke up pretty early this morning, like 8 a.m. It rejuvenating. I think it might be the purest form of caffeine, to be honest. Like how the Escobar is the purest form of amphetamines. Agave-derived ethanol from mezcal and tequila are the purest forms of alcohol. And how zins are the purest form of nicotine. This shit's just so good. Now, I think scientifically it might not make sense if this is the most pure. Because, I mean, just, yeah, this is the ingredient list right here. It's got like 20 billion different lab chemicals. I don't know. I doubt all of them are natural. I doubt all of them are like that optimized for the body. But it just feels and tastes really good whenever I drink White Monster. So, yeah, I trust my gut intuition on that one. Yo, if I need to go to the beach, take off my shirt already, man. Ooh, final day in Playa del Carmen. Gonna be leaving in like 2 hours. Yeah, pretty excited. Gonna go Cancun. You know, I don't really have like. Oh, I'm just gonna sit down real quick. Yeah. You know, I don't really have like high expectations for Cancun. I heard it's very Americanized. I've experienced maybe half the depth of that in the Playa del Carmen central area with people trying to extort me, selling me products like way overpriced prices. We're all talking in US dollars, not pesos as well, so you just know like we're in an Americanized area. But yeah, no, it should be fun overall. I think I'm gonna engage in a lot of like gringo touristy shit. I don't think I'm gonna go to Coco Bungo and pay 150 New Zealand dollars, 90 US dollars, 1,500 pesos to fucking get into a club entry. That sounds like a tourist scam, in my opinion. And on the discussion about tourist scams and nightclubs, I was thinking a lot in the shower last night, and after me and the bro Jay-Z had dinner, cooked dinner with Jay-Z, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, I came to the realization that going forward, I think I only enjoy nightlife that's inspiring. And the clearest differentiation between inspiring nightlife and just stupid, boring nightlife, which I feel like a lot of us are quite accustomed to, and it either draws some of the more like neurotypical people towards it. Many others a bit disgusted from that stuff. Yeah, the clearest differentiating factor between good nightlife and bad nightlife, in my opinion, is whether nightlife is derived from art or derived from degeneracy. And what I mean by that, I'm using quite broad umbrella terms, these two categories. Art as in good menus that focus on mixology, high quality ingredients, artisanal liquor making, etc. Interior design, caring about an aesthetic and good visual craftsmanship. You know, things that also matter in an umbrella term of art would be like, you know, what was I talking about? Live music or a good DJ. Music that people are actually passionate about, actually love listening to, and draws people to just go to a club solely for the music. That's a big one. When there's community usually comes from that music, that like music following community. You know, whether it be trance, reggaeton, you know, hyperpop, even drum and bass, you know, fucking cumbia, any music genre. If it's like more like centered around like a genre or like a certain like rhythm or, you know, some sort of category of music, an artist, going to a concert. Going to a concert's never a bad experience because everyone's quite into like the same things. It's all like specialized interests there. I feel like when there's focus on what the nightlife is about, it draws community. Community is culture. Culture is art. When there's community and culture, it feels inspiring. It feels inspiring like, you know, walking through an art gallery, experiencing something that's real, something that has history, something that has genuine meaning. So like even if a bar / club place in nightlife doesn't actually have good live music necessarily, doesn't have a, you know, like highly specialized thought out menu, and isn't really like conventionally pretty at all. If it's a local pub, a local Mexican pub, it likely has culture. It actually has good local culture, a certain like tradition and method of showing respect to one another, you know, certain slang and inside jokes. It's like sharing a way that history and thoughts have manifested itself into something that's more tangible, which is quite literally what art is, you know. Yeah. Conversations at a pub, a certain energy you feel. It is a lot like a really beautiful abstract painting, the way that it evolved from something. It evolved from discourse, you know, humans interacting with each other, trying to survive, and all these like things like so integral to us as a species. No, just pub culture, good pub culture. This is why I've never been to an English pub, like certain pubs in the UK, but I heard that, you know, your old pub down the road, it can feel quite lively. It can feel like it has something, it has some soul, you know. Or even my local pub in Browns Bay, New Zealand, Speakers Corner, it's got something to it, you know. It's because it's community. There's regulars that go there. They've like built something. They've built something through community, tradition, just having like a way with things, having a good way with things. Now, saying this, things based on art for kind of more traditional means of like mixology, interior design, making shit like visually artistic, and you know, music, and all that shit with like culture and like more intangible, more abstract forms of art, less traditional things that we really think of as art. The other category would be just like DJ and shit, you know? Just DJ and shit out of nightlife. You know, kind of going to a club purely for, you know, hooking up some baddies, fucking, you know, just racking up some lines in a bathroom and just listening to some really bassy music that you wouldn't really listen to while sober, must I say. That's just something that I just can't fucking like really, I can't really fuck around with too much anymore. I don't know. Like, call me pretentious for acting like an old man at the age of 22, but I think I'm getting a little too old for some of this stuff. I don't know. Like, to be honest, I ain't into all this, like, I don't sound like Jaden Smith right now, like, talking about, like, the political and economic state of the world and all this, like, fucking bullshit, but I'm feeling so genuine with the way I feel about these things. And, yeah, I don't think I have, like, the mental energy or, like, the tolerance, the bandwidth within me anymore, since I'm, like, quite far from the age of 18. To be going to the club, listening to music that I don't really generally listen to, and, just going to, like, fucking do quite literally just superficial shit, like ego shit, trying to look better than everyone, trying to hook up with the hottest girl by any means possible, regardless of whether I actually fuck with a girl on an emotional or intellectual, just any level beyond physicality and attractiveness, physical attractiveness at least. I just can't do it anymore. I can't hack it. I'm an old man. I'm a fucking geezer at this point. I don't know. I feel like I'm slowly Anthony Bourdaining myself. I'm seeing past the superficial layers. Maybe slightly. I don't know. Hopefully. I feel like that's an integral part of human maturation that a lot of people just never grow through. Maybe it's a blessing that I'm actually going through this at a somewhat normal age, 22. I don't know. These are probably pretty normal thoughts to have at my age, but yeah, I don't know, just kind of hack it. Loud, obnoxious music that not everyone's really vibing to. It's kind of just like the thing with like commercialized tourism too. It's like commercialized tourism, bars acting for like profit incentives, and just like this capitalistic shit of just like caring like a hospitality venue caring too much about profits rather than culture. I know this is like very hard to say because like, you know, these hospitality like venues need profits in order to survive, especially in this fucking economy. So it's kind of more of a privilege nowadays to, you know, intentionally like decide for your venue to be based around culture and something genuine, because culture and genuinely sadly isn't something that's fucking profitable, really. You know, what is profitable, unfortunately, shit that I don't actually like that much, is you know, very like homogenized general culture, you know, like listening to white girl bangers. I do like some, yeah, do like Beauty and a Beat by Justin Bieber, you know, maybe some Timberlake, you know. I ironically do like it sometimes, you know, it's good gym music too. But just like all this like very like, it's like kind of like blandish music. It's blandish like party music, and it's like all repetitive, it's all played every night. all the shit with like non-controversial interior design. There's a bunch of like social codes, not to act a bit too silly, dance too hard in the club, everyone's a bit rigid. It's like a whole industry and venues that are just designed to cater to everyone. It's so generalized for like a broad population, but it's not. It kind of like, you know, it's like a good like middle ground for everyone, so that it's like good enough for everyone to go to, but not like hyper specialized into like a niche interest or anything that really deeply resonates with someone, to the point that it's a place that's decent for everyone but amazing for no one. And these types of venues that are like decent for everyone and amazing for no one is quite a big thing nowadays, you know. Maybe less so in like places like Berlin or like, you know, more like artsy big cities, Bangkok. I've never been to Berlin, I can't actually say, but that's the impression I get. But yeah, and like non super art inspired large economies, all this shit's like quite generalized, just for the sake of like, you know, just economic survival of a business, to get as many customers as possible, which is obviously important for that. And you know, just like the whole like Americanization of just, you know, I don't want to sound too pretentious, but like a lot of these cunts out here just have like very bland tastes, you know, very like mayonnaise sandwich type fucking Sabrina Carpenter music head ass type taste. Yeah, I don't know. It's degrading the world, maybe ever so slightly. How do we fix this? You know, I might start talking like a Marxist right now. Do we tax the rich? I don't think that will work, because you know, the politicians would have to enforce those taxes, and for the politicians are the rich ones, the ones who work with rich ones. It's not a method that'll ever work. Am I gonna recommend inciting some violence, some terrorist attacks against some billionaires? No. Not for now. I don't know. Any ethical means of, you know, revitalizing our global economy so that places can afford to, you know, just have more like artistic freedom. Different stores in general, not just talking about like bars and restaurants and hospitality venues. Enough economic circulation between, like, from like the broader population to the point that we can make something for everyone. No, like, not something for everyone, because that's how you make bland stuff, but different things for different people. You know? Get your niche shit, make something interesting. Just large scale differentiation for a broad market. We just need less people who are like economically fucking struggling. We need to find a way to do that. The less people that are living paycheck to paycheck, the more people we have out socializing, living great lives, sharing ideas, creating art. We need to do something about this. Once we fix the global economic crisis of so many people living paycheck to paycheck and billionaires holding like literally half the world's fucking GDP. I don't know, maybe then we can have good things. Maybe then. If everyone can afford to go to bars and restaurants and go travel, go meet other people, go start up for our own shop, have enough time to pursue artistic hobbies like painting, hopping on FL Studio, writing in a book, maybe we'd have more unique art. Things would be more inspiring. Life would feel more vibrant and colorful. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be good. How do we do this? We do this through small microeconomic steps, like, you know, instead of buying groceries from a local Woolworths, you know, Walmart, or, you know, Pack and Save, Target, wherever you are in the world, for big corporations. If your local supply of groceries sells them at a relatively equal price, or maybe even cheaper, buy from them. Support your local community. You know, quit handing the elites more money. Distribute money well within your local community. Support your friends. You know, support independents, hairstylists, barbers, and let your friends give you haircuts even. Save money for doing stuff like that. You know, eat at your local family-owned restaurant instead of going to McDonald's at fucking 2 a.m. You don't want to do that. For the sake of your own health and for the sake of, you know, putting money in the right hands. You know, if there are genuinely feasible ways of taxing the rich, and by rich I mean billionaires, not doctors who make 200k a year. I don't think doctors making 200k a year should get taxed like fucking 70% of their income. That's pretty bad. While the billionaires who own LLCs and corporations aren't getting taxed at all. If we can find a way to tax billionaires, that'd be great. That'd be good. I don't know if it's possible, but it'd be good. If we can somehow destroy the relationship between Western countries and, you know, that one country in the Middle East that has quite a big military influence, quite a big influence on where our tax money goes, that'd be pretty good too. That'd be quite nice. Yeah. There are some big steps we can take towards a brighter future, I believe. We can do this. We can make this out. I think if we all support each other, all keep our heads up each morning, head into everything with a bright smile and some enthusiasm. Even when it's the hardest thing, it feels like the hardest thing to do ever. Spreading positivity between your local community go a long way. And by positivity, I don't really mean fake smiles and you know, positivity. Let's be positive right now, guys. Hey, turn that frown upside down. I mean positivity in a sense of addition, positives. You know, adding stuff. We need to add stuff to each other's lives. And, you know, by each other, most importantly our local community, our friends, family, and neighbors. And, you know, any people who inspire you within the local community. We'll help each other out. We're gonna get through this shit. We're gonna do it. One way or another. Yeah. Just chilling out here. Out of a resort. Alright, I'm gonna cut out this bit. Alright. Long yap and whatnot. I'm gonna go to the beach, enjoy the Caribbean sun for, you know, maybe like 20 minutes, half an hour, eat some chicken and rice, and hop on my 1.5 hour long bus ride to Cancun. I hope this yapping session has been inspiring in some way. And yo, I'll be back. My lord, this is beautiful.